Right.
It,
Yeah,
you were
get us
talking
right
about
in
how
there.
excited you were.
I am excited. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there.
We're defending Phoenix Wright, who is on trial for murder, and we are Mia Faye.
Mia Faye, alive in the past.
Flashback moment.
Throwback Wednesday. I don't know.
It's all right. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright.
Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is by Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
Why do you think that?
Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why.
You've been dating for what, like 6 months?
Yeah, she's the love of my life.
The love of my life. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem. I was noticing he had sniffle animation happening. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side.
Anyway.
And one day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. And that's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. And she gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. And she had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off before she gave it to me. And she said, I want you to carry this.
So she gave it to you as a present. I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly.
It certainly is a little bottle, all right.
It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world.
He shows it to everyone. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating?
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. She always says give it back.
Blinking, just like...
Oliver's like, what?
I'm in shock at young Phoenix Wright. And
I mean, how old is this boy?
I'm going to look at how old he is exactly. He's 21.
Girl.
And he's a third year. He's a third year in college.
He's a third year? I guess
Yes.
it's different in Japan.
A third year art student at Ivy University.
21. I guess that makes sense. You start at 18, 19, 20. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I guess that's true. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
He has a cold.
Please give it back now.
Yeah. Yeah, sheesh.
What a strange girl. Asking for a present back like that.
I know.
It's almost like she doesn't like you.
No.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it?
Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you...
This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse.
What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder at the courthouse. Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. and I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there was some connection between these two cases, am I right? What?
I feel you struggling a little bit.
Okay, I got dental work done yesterday, and like it was really front of my mouth. I'm saying this mostly for myself for the future.
Oh yeah, diary.
I'm letting myself in the future.
And then you can
No.
be like, oh, that was done.
Yeah, sure, but because it makes my mouth feel weird, like because it's my two front teeth, so I can like feel the air going through my teeth, and there's like an open wound on the top of my mouth. This is graphic. Sorry.
You're not getting too specific.
But it's affecting me.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we're here for you.
thank you.
You're so valid. You're so hecking valid right now.
All right.
You're
let's
really
go.
valid.
Thank
you
you.
are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself.
Oh, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough for me there. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be a help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. Pack it up. we better all get moving.
And then he punts the ball so that it wraps all the way around the pole.
Yeah.
You know?
Like in tether.
And then they
yeah.
both walk away.
Hands in their pockets.
Yeah.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Hardly had time for my laps.
Oh.
Continued. Maybe that's where we should have stopped before.
Wait, what? I thought that we were at it to be continued.
Wow, I guess we weren't. I guess we...
But I thought we were.
LOL. That's okay.
Well.
Well.
Well. April 11th.
1213. Oh, look at that guy. He's back.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness.
That's you.
Oh, this person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Witnessed the crime as it happened?
Mm-hmm. She witnessed it.
The
Oh man,
butterflies.
she's got eurekas.
What's with this stiff silence?
Ugh. In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses.
Oh wow, that's really good for us to know.
It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
And she hasn't even said a word.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, would you please state your full name?
Man, everyone was just... Wow.
Wow.
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
They look at a queen and they would compare.
Well, they're like, I'll kill her.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean is like, wait, but she is so beautiful too.
Literally.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, Pinko Paws.
Hello. Like, by this logic, they should have been like, whoa, humana, female lawyer, you know what I
Well,
mean?
she didn't have butterflies
Ah.
and red hair. She looks like ethereal.
Thank you for calming my nerves.
Oh, she was nervous.
You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing!
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation?
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
Oh, the honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine!
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Oh my god! I was looking forward to this one.
I
said it earlier.
You did. You're like, I can't wait for you to say that.
I was like, I know, I'm like, you said the thing! Yeah! Alright.
That's so funny.
Sir,
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes. I can see why you'd say that.
She's gonna be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
Let Mia call this girl a bitch. Just
Hates
let her do it.
Hates her ass.
She hates her ass. Let her say it.
Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
What I witnessed by Dahlia Hawthorne. I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go find some other students, and they called the authorities.
Hamburger. Ooh, hello, Nessie.
Hamburger.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth.
But were you about to just go for it?
No, I don't know what came over me. I was
And
enchanted.
you were just like,
No! But I would never.
That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Aw. Skyburger, because there can't be one without
Aw,
the other.
a hamburger and a sky burger.
2 burgers? We're
Burgers
honored.
in the sky.
Oh, flying burgers.
Whee!
Gonna draw us as burgers later.
Oh, wow. Cute burgers.
Yeah, our menu special.
You'd have to, like, put 2 little, like, somethings on, like, speared into the bun on mine.
On both of us. I
On
think.
both of ours. That's true.
And then they have to be attached. Like tandem mouse. Wait.
Sliders.
Yeah, they're sliders for sure. Anyway. Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, hates her ass.
Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Pain's like kiss?
Did you get it?
Yes. We've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie.
It's like Madame.
Madame Faye.
What I witnessed.
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over.
Hold it. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeney, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building.
You didn't want to press that one?
I do want to press that one. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
So who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So what were Dougie... Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Faye.
Don't drag the witness down to your level!
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed.
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? But like, we know, yeah, we know that Phoenix he pushed.
He pushed.
Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never.
Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition.
Huh?
That is, she has no supporting.
Staring him down.
Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne.
She was like, shut the fuck up. This isn't about you.
Yeah, literally was...
This is so not about you.
Wow, daggers. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
Oh no. There's a separate pushing happening out here.
No.
Hey, are we fighting?
Are we
What
fighting?
the hell?
What?
You just teleport? They couldn't have been farther apart when I went out there.
Maybe she got stuck on something again. That was kind of...
Or she fell off the shelf because he was on top of the shelf and she was on the couch.
Oh.
But they were both looking at me like, what?
What?
And I was like, can you guys not do killing games?
I swear.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we are finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
So it was. You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
At that time, there was only 2 of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
Snap. The snap.
The snap.
The snap that Phoenix heard.
The snap what Phoenix heard.
The snap what Phoenix heard? Well...
So then... So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation.
When you see your ex talking to your current boyfriend.
And you're like, I'm sure
must
that
be
it's
fine."
normal and fine.
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah, how naive.
That's why I really wasn't watching him all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
Okay.
I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
Wait, are we supposed to say something about the...
Yeah, you have to
No, the
present
thing-
evidence.
Oh, we present evidence.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Mia?
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on. Wes? But how could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something.
It doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So did all the students so did the students call the police?
Yes, I was just I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia.
Way to go.
That means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Good job, Mia. Awesome. Good job.
You're so good. What a great lawyer.
Okay. So we didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual. Present.
Phoenix's testimony, if there's something like that. Yeah, Phoenix's
There was a
testimony.
loud
That's what's
sound when it happened.
That's what's up.
You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me.
You
That's
dumb
nice.
little... you stupid idiot.
But I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that.
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
May I have a moment to answer?
By all means!
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time.
She had her AirPods in.
I had my AirPods in.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. Ran out of breath. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
This is the first time we're hearing about thunder and lightning being at the crime.
I mean, yeah, that's weird. We knew it was rainy because there was an umbrella.
Yeah, but thunder and lightning?
Well, they're not so frightening.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now, she said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning.
Yeah, that
right?
changes a lot.
Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a lightning bolt?
I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
I'll be truthful. I forgot, and also the thought. Well, the thought I didn't know when they were like lightning. I was like, well, who's to say? You know, because if we were talking about the, it sounds like there were a lot of things that could have killed this guy. And when we're looking at Phoenix, camera turns to Phoenix, sniffling. It feels like this is a less than capable person.
Yes.
Of pushing to murder. Pushed to death.
Pushed to death. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Stray.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
All right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you...
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
Yeah, I feel like you could have said it.
Yeah, literally.
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Maybe even a shove.
A push?
A push.
The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on floor 9 at 2:55 p.m.
However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it had been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye? Do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
I guess it was Phoenix. She doesn't like where it's going, so like... There's nothing else that we can really say did do it.
Yeah. I mean, he shoved him. He said it. It's the
Alright.
truth.
Yeah, okay. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Damn. So he did kill that
Oh,
guy.
so it's fine. She's not trying to be like... He did do it. He's like, he's the one who caused
Caused
the
the power outage,
So
at
he
least.
couldn't have been the cause of death.
Well, he
Couldn't have pushed
could've.
him into the electrical wire because
Why-
the electrical wire wouldn't have been broken at that time if he's the one who caused it to break in the first place.
But would he not have pushed him into the cord and then
The cord wouldn't have been out yet because she's saying that he's the one who broke the cord.
Oh. But you can't get hit by the cord while breaking it?
No. It has to like swing down, and they're saying it was
That it couldn't have
already out.
happened.
That it was already there when he pushed.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
that's you.
Oh, yes! The prosecution also came to the same conclusion. And it was the very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. See, that's what I'm
you're
saying.
That's what you're saying, and this is what I'm saying. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean? I said, normally.
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into that far pole over there, near the umbrella, Then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order! Order in the court!
The lamentations of my enemy, how I've longed to hear them.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant...
Oh, nope, not that. Okay, something else.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What the?
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
No, why not? Of course it's alright. Just go ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors.
Your true colors. And that's why I'm
Let
scared
I
of
Witness,
you.
Volume 2.
The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice.
What?
The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind.
You said you didn't even see Feeny do nothing wrong.
The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
That's me.
That's not true.
I know there's a time difference that doesn't make sense there.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth.
Phoenix
Pikachu gasp. Absolutely.
Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Hold it. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny.
So that's why you basically lied to the court.
I was a bad girl. I did some bad things.
No.
I know. Mr. Judge,
Yes?
would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't. This is what you call perjury.
Oh, come now! It was just a little old white lie! We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Wow.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all.
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl.
Damn.
Hates her ass.
A dark alley is friendlier than her.
Wow. Alright. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh, really?
But I never imagined that he would cause an electric cable to break. Feeny is really scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Would?
Phoenix dangerous. Damn. Sorry, I'm still
You're
stuck
reeling
on
from
that.
that.
Yeah. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold?
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
No, I'm just curious. Like, for real. She was like, who can say
Oh my god,
while
that is
watching.
so her vibe too. She's just listening to Enya or whatever.
Yeah.
Only time.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
What? Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
You know, like Maid Marian watching the men fight for her.
Literally.
Well, I wished the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
She was like, I didn't see nothing. And I was like, there was actually like a whole fight.
There was a lot of stuff. It was kind of crazy. You should have been there.
And I was listening to Enya the whole time.
I was listening to Enya.
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, there weren't.
Madame Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully?
He pushed him twice in the exact same spot on his chest.
I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
I'll occur in less than a minute. I know this is wrong.
Okay.
Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry. I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
Well, that's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out how the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia.
She looks like Cat Valentine.
She does. I feel like Ari could play her
Oh my god, in a major way.
in a major way.
I mean, this is Glinda and Cat Valentine combined.
That's so real. That's so real.
It's good to see me, isn't it?
It is good to see me.
Her shiny little eyes.
I need to look at my thing. Check that. Is that what I'm thinking it is? That's what I'm thinking it is! Okay. You have it because we have the watch in that photo. And the watch, the time
Stopped.
is past 3.
Okay.
And the incident happened like at 3.
Yeah, and
So-
he got electrocuted and that fucked with his watch, right?
It stopped his watch at his time of death,
Yeah.
essentially. That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
You're fine.
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. Hence, it was 2:55 p.m. Yeah!
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Oh, order in the court.
This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Well, then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready.
Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. So now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who's the real killer?
So we're indicting Dahlia.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not Winston
any of
Payne.
the
It's
lawyers,
not
and it's
Doug.
not our defendant, and it's not the person who died. So
Ding, ding, ding. And it's gotta be her.
it's gotta be her. And also, she's so sus.
Yeah. It could have only been you, Dahlia Hawthorne.
How can you? The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cables broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I did find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Renee.
Hello.
Order! Miss Faye! I mean, what? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious
Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say.
What is it?
Please strike everything the defense just said just now from the record.
What the? Are you daft?
You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat! Bailiff, grab that man!
Leave my Dolly alone!
Sigh, that boy.
He's got himself way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg,
also fun.
you're back.
He's Daft Punk.
Yes. Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Oh, I see.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
The incident 8 months ago.
Oh no, she's catching the cold.
Sorry. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
You better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation.
I forgot about that line. That's crazy.
I know, we were both just taken by surprise, and then so was Mia, and then the judge went ding ding
Your
ding.
boyfriend? Your boyfriend? Canonical.
Canonical boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Ew.
Well, really, Your Honor,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. Go right ahead.
Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
Oh, I believe this girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
Why do I have the desire to punch Dahlia in the face?
Oh, looking down, hands made into fists?
I see Pinko pauses here. Hands are balled into fists. Are you upset?
Are you okay? You want to talk?
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Kate Cats, can you not?
What are they fighting about?
What's happening over here? Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, our cats are trying to kill each other.
Sometimes they just play killing each other.
Yeah, they never would actually. Like, otherwise we would be watching them a lot harder, but...
Rude.
Oh, what's the story of this trial so far? Yeah, we can talk about that. So Phoenix Wright is on trial for the murder of his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. And the nature of what was happening is that Dahlia's ex-boyfriend Doug over here was trying to warn Phoenix about how dangerous Dahlia was. And Mia, like, without knowing truly, like, why Mia feels this way in the canon, Mia fully mistrusts Dahlia, and she's now referencing a previous case that it seems like Dahlia was also involved in. And so it seems like Mia has, like, some stakes in what's going on. Oh.
Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse's cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who is sitting with the victim. So I believe we're to believe that that college student was Dahlia. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's basically it so far. Dahlia is suspicious. We heard from Phoenix last time. Mia is accusing Dahlia of the murder that we're on trial for right now of Doug Swallow.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Yes. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, we're playing together so that we can, like, talk through it, you know?
Yeah.
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a little bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Megalovania plays.
Do. Oh, yes, it's
Yes.
also a flashback.
Yes, this is a flashback for sure.
This is the first case of Trials and Tribulations,
And this
which is
is-
the last game of the Phoenix Wright
Yeah.
trilogy.
Yeah, and this particular case is a flashback to before Phoenix even became a lawyer. This is when he's an undergrad student.
Yes. I forgot to mention that part.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room.
No, their favorite place to go.
The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we
That's
literally
Phoenix.
We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. No, it's the ick. It's the ick, Phoenix.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court!
And now, we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her!
Pull her hair out.
Oh, you're so welcome, Renee.
No problem.
How that? So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow?
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
I mean, I've said this many times.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict.
Is that true?
I don't...
That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
The great
No
judge...
one calls him that. No one calls him that.
The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
Oh, that's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was... Well, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
Well, I read. It's literature.
It's literature. Yeah, Phoenix was an art student!
This is...
The fun trivia!
Well, but he's also studying to be a lawyer anyway.
But he was also saying to be a lawyer on the side.
And they were at a field trip.
Or something. I
Or
don't know
whatever.
what he was doing there.
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with our murder case...
Oh yeah, Phoenix used to be an art student. That's also like I forget that that's like kind of new info. Yeah, he used to study art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a fun...
It is a
Ah,
fun fact.
cool!
He's an art school, not dropout. I think he just changed majors.
So how I kind of interpret it is to become a lawyer, you have to go to law school after you get your bachelor's degree. So his bachelor's is
In art, and then
and he
he's
went to law school.
With his art degree.
Yeah. More like fart student. Real.
Yeah, that's true.
We want to keep
Us
pressing.
two art students.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah. I see it. I see him as our art major
Yeah.
for sure.
I have to remember, the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. Keep pressing, dude. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
Well, if it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing.
You were writing a paper? On what?
On the relationship between modern Senryo poetry and the criminal underworld.
Ha ha ha! That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff?
Yeah, why does she
Yeah.
know so much about just that specific type of...
It's her favorite.
Yeah. She's an old soul.
Or she only read one book.
Yeah. She actually doesn't give a fuck about poetry.
Mira, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so you better read it carefully.
Oh, you're right though. Actually. Was that a hint for me to
Yeah.
present for
Yeah,
that
you
last
should
one?
use it probably on the new thing that you got. Not this
the police report?
police report.
Check.
Diego.
Diego Armando. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup.
Is Grossberg in any future games? No, he dies here. No.
This is where he died.
This is the game where this
His last
character dies
appearance.
forever. So, you know, say your goodbyes. I don't even know if he shows up after this case. He might be in the last one.
He might be. I don't know. Miss Hawthorne.
The canonical death of Grossberg. Me standing over him with a knife. No, I don't hate him or anything.
Yeah, I wish.
I kind of, if I'm anything about Grossberg, it's like nothing. Just like,
I'm glad he's there.
I'm glad he's there. He's funny.
Period. That's my whole statement on him.
Yeah. I like when he says the Harlem Shake. That's funny.
Miss Hawthorne, you weren't
You were
here.
starting to like him? He is silly, period. Yeah. Well, you know, he'll be a delightful little surprise when he shows up again.
Yeah. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of this cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Besides you meeting Phoenix, I guess.
Besides you meeting Phoenix.
Another tragedy.
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report.
He died of hemorrhoids. Oh no, not his hemorrhoids.
Oh, he just couldn't take. No,
Couldn't
maybe
take
he just.
it anymore.
He had to retire because of his.
How old is he?
Let's look.
61.
He's
He
only
just
61.
He retired.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's fine.
Oh, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Dahlia Hawthorne!
Yes, the sweetie pie. Oh, that's Mia. That's you. Sorry, excuse me. I just took over.
Sometimes it just happens.
You just read.
Sometimes you're just like, it's time to read, and then you're like, wait.
I lost it. I lost my mind. Go ahead.
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order! 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 This is unbelievable! It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the...
The cruelest thorn.
The cruelest thorn.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. Hi, Winston Payne will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Expressed some interest, huh?
She said, shut the fuck up.
You can say
Shut the fuck up. I'm talking. Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay. I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. You've really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Boo.
Mia just turns.
Tomato. Where's HR? I don't like that.
I don't like the way that sounded.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day.
This poor guy. No, don't pity him. Listen, he's making his hemorrhoids everyone's problem. There's medication for that. Talk to a doctor. Don't bring it to work.
Well, maybe no one's listening to him.
His doctor?
Maybe.
You should get a new one.
Yes.
He should stop going to the hottie clinic.
Yes. True.
I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Hi, Jimmy. I don't even know where to get poisons.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
I must admit, this is my first time seeing the hemorrhoids lines. When he's like, you've lit Mia, my female underling coworker, you've really lit a fire in my buttocks. No.
No, thank you.
No. That's really unacceptable.
Right, I love you going from I'm starting to like him to he is silly neutral.
It was a butt?
Yes!
Missed that too? He's like, you lit a fire in my buttocks. And I'm like, don't ever say that to me. Yeah. If my boss said something like that to me, I'd be like, don't ever say that to me. I know it's Phoenix Wright. It's a silly game, but it's too much. It's too much. Yeah. His lack of social awareness kills me. It's like he's excited about his own hemorrhoids. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he delights in telling you about them.
Maybe that's my delivery. Maybe maybe
he's like, my hemorrhoids.
Maybe he's like, oh, my hemorrhoids. And it's more to himself, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, oh. But he did say you lit a fire in my buttocks.
He's like, he's proud of it a little bit. He's kind of proud to have something to talk about. You know what I mean? He's like, well, I can talk about how I got these hemorrhoids. That line.
Actually, Mia, I can't sit anywhere. I have hemorrhoids.
Never mind. Okay. Wait, did you read this?
What? Oh. Pain.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Aw, Nessie, that's so true. He's mindful.
Oh.
What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel even stronger?
He's mindful. He's bodyful.
Mindful. He's like, every moment is full of appreciation. Even pain is a wonderful experience because it is an experience.
Yeah. for sure. Very demure.
Very demure. He's arms out, legs out, spinning in the ethereal glow of the world.
That's him.
Oh!
Aha! Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
That's him and Mia floating through the existential soup together.
Wow.
And he's like, "You're doing it, Mia! You're doing it!" And she's like, "Ah!"
What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
I forget.
I don't know.
Judge, according to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
Don't poetize his hemorrhoids. I love this Grossberg discourse. I feel like he doesn't get talked about enough.
I think that's true. I think that...
Let's become the fan group.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yes? No. Yeah? No.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. So young.
So little.
Young.
Why don't you tell us all what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you.
You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Those two really are making me ill. Albeit for decidedly different reasons.
I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened.
When I was younger, a year ago.
Yeah. How long were you gone? Me about Ren getting their yogurt snack that they said they got a little. How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes.
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
Oh my goodness.
What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop?
Yeah! I was like, funny, say it.
You couldn't wait for it.
I love
My
when
little dolly doesn't poop. She doesn't poop. Girls don't poop.
I love girls don't poop as a line of thinking.
So funny. It's so.
You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
Girls don't poop.
Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
Objection sustained. Ms. Hawthorne, please continue with your
My
testimony.
little dolly doesn't poop. No.
From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that's lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
How do you know that?
Yeah, you seem to act, and if you throw in just a dash of oregano, it really hides the flavor.
About how much liquid is this isn't the question I thought Mia was gonna ask.
Dahlia's like, yeah, I don't poop. You just keep thinking that.
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
Yeah.
Of the judge's eye drops.
Girls don't poop. Is that an actual line of thought? Yeah. Have you?
Oh
Never,
my gosh.
Have you never heard anyone say that before? I mean, it's obviously like everyone. I mean, you would hope that everyone believes that that's just like a crazy thing to say. But I think it has to do with like, oh no, but girls are so pretty. They can't poop.
Yeah.
You know, that would be weird.
It's a joke phrase. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I like it as a joke phrase, and like if anyone thinks that seriously, it's not true.
It's not true,
It's
and
just
they're
not
very
true.
silly.
But
Everything poop.
That's why I think it's so funny.
Yeah, it's very funny because it's like, that's silly. Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's be adults.
Yeah. I also love Dahlia not correcting Phoenix.
She's like,
Sure.
It's like that femininity expectation of perfection kind of stereotype.
I'm sure that she plays into that, like, the way that she is. I feel like while they're together, she probably never goes to the bathroom. And, you know, like,
I thought girls didn't fart until my aunt. Yeah. That has this.
what people think this? Yeah.
Very
yeah.
cooties energy.
Very
for sure.
cooties. It's a very immature line of thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very child.
Anyway.
The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison.
How do you know so much about the poison? A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh? And where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policemen saying.
Okay.
They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Whoa. That's quite
Impressive.
most impressive.
What is his... I don't know what his tone was with that. It's like,
Impressive. Most impressive.
I don't know.
Impressive.
the better question is,
Great.
how...
Well done. Most impressive.
Real. Okay. This is Professor Oak. I can't do Professor Oak.
No.
though. The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? Wouldn't even know where to get... Oh, well, I do want to ask her that.
Innocent.
I'm innocent. And that's the reason they didn't arrest you. Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison.
I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye.
She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison?
Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now, just how did a lit student get a hold of poison of all things?
This lit student, dude.
How could we... So, because she used to date this pharmacology student, right?
So, and she had, if we're trying to pin the poisoning on her, is there something that she had with her that day that she would have had to quickly get rid of?
Well, I don't think we're there yet.
Okay.
I think we're at, like, how would she have even gotten poison
From Doug.
to begin with?
From Doug, for sure.
So we need to, like, yeah. I don't even know where I would have gotten it. You would have gotten
You
it
would have
from
got it from someone in the pharmacology department
who you were
dating who
at
died.
that exact time. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
But boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory.
Whoa, a laboratory. Please, Didi. Don't go into my laboratory.
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, It was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You.
No!
Order! 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 Could it be?
Oh, that's nothing but a baseless accusation.
May I say something, Madame Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. They even mentioned it in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, Madame, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, then I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She got me good with that.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia in the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
She also met Phoenix Wright that day and started dating him and gave him what? A token of her love.
With a little bottle necklace. A bottle necklace.
Kawembebe? Do you think... Well, I'll talk about it later. Flushed it in the toilet. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was the witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute.
It's really quite tacky.
Yeah. Sorry, I just started staring at it and was like, ugh.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how small it is.
That does... The scale is
scale
really
matters.
important for this.
If it's dainty looking and it's like literal, but it has to be enough to carry 2 teaspoons.
At least. I don't like the shape inside of the heart. I
It
think.
doesn't feel like it looks like a heart. It looks more like a spade.
Yeah. Yeah. So what
Weird design.
about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago.
Oh, it is really funny and frustrating how oblivious the judge is. It's like I kind of enjoy the frustration.
You're like, I'm smarter than him.
I like being smart.
August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident.
And it looks so huge!
Yeah.
That's
no,
gigantic.
No.
It would actually really clash with her outfit.
It really would. She's been wearing that for 8 months, so. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
No!
Order in the court!
On behalf of Dolly, I object!
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her?
Why? Because I'm madly in love with her!
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway?
Whoa, the stank that you put on you. That really hurt my feelings. Well, I guess you must be badly in love with me too. No, you idiot. You suck.
Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. Man!
Damn, that
Mean to
hurt.
him.
He was like, damn, but she's so fine. And
She
you're
could have
not.
phrased it differently,
She
I
didn't have to
think.
say that.
She
Why
could have
would
been
she
like,
want to date you?
Why do you think this happened on this day?
Yeah.
Do you think there was a coincidence here? At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is really dating you is because of
the
that necklace. Is it because of the It's not to keep her quiet.
Necklace. It's the necklace.
Not to keep him quiet. It's because of that damn necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne is was and is not
Was not
and is not madly in love with you. Thinking about how he shows the necklace to everyone and it
He
even
loves
says in
her
the
so
description.
much. He loves her
He shows
so
it to everyone
much.
and every day that she sees him.
He's wearing a sweater she made him.
And she's like, "Can I have the necklace back, please?"
He's like,
"You're so
"No,
funny."
You're so funny,
No.
Dolly. No, that you gave it to me. It's okay.
The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck.
My necklace.
Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself.
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back.
You're lying!
But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met.
Which is so horrible for her. She's like, stop it, you're gonna get me killed.
That's why she framed you for murder.
I don't believe you. No, that's a lie.
It's so sad.
Mia, are you alright? The defendant, he's getting away!
Bailiff, hurry!
Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane!
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no!
What is it?
Bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That was terrible!
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What blazes are we supposed to do now?
Shaking my head too, Judge.
SMH. Yeah, poor Phoenix.
I feel really bad for him. Hey, that's early 20s, baby.
This. I love seeing his backstory
It's
and
so
seeing this
good.
part of his backstory. It makes so much sense to him as a character for me.
Yeah,
Just
it's
like
so good.
the kind of thing that I can definitely see him getting caught up in
Before
bisexual disaster.
He's a bisexual disaster, that's for sure.
Like the way that he falls for people. Guy, continue.
He falls hard.
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of the court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just give back the necklace.
I ate it.
You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah.
What the?
What is he doing now?
Your Honor! You've got to stop the trial! Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed must have had poison left in it. May have had some poison left in it.
Well, now we're in a bit of a game. Now we just watch and wait. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, the bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
Well, you need 2 teaspoons of it.
Yeah.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
No! There must be some mistake. The bottle must not have any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough! Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
For no reason at all is Mr. Payne still alive after this case.
Oh. I
Chronologically,
unfortunately I regret to
Yes.
inform you that every game does have pain in it.
at least a relative of him, I believe.
He's
Him
got,
or a relative.
Him or a relative. Like his family he's got a lot of lawyers in the family, and they all seem very. There's a strong resemblance, I should say.
Yes. Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Well, he swallowed that bottle of poison, so
He chewed it up.
yes.
He chewed it up.
We can't just say he swallowed it.
He had to put it into little pieces.
He chewed on glass and ate it. And the metal?
I mean, do you think he cut it up? He like broke it apart and then swallowed the tiny pieces? I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
also, it's a
Ow. Ow.
Ow, dude.
My mouth already hurts.
He needs to go to the hospital.
He needs
He
call
call a
somebody.
doctor.
He needs to call
call many doctors.
Mr. Wright.
I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day I met Doug Swallow.
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm not telling you for your sake.
I am telling you for your sake.
I'm telling you for your sake.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab.
Poison?
The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief.
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that.
Man, is it true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous.
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there.
Wow, he omitted her from the story completely.
Yeah, because he didn't want to implicate her, because he loves her so much.
Loves her so damn much.
She was crouched down next to him.
What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Now he shot off his trap. I can't stand that sap.
Real.
Your Honor, this defendant is.
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey. I'm sorry.
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? Marked as bullying. You stupid
buffoon.
So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh?
It's so fucking true.
If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing was to kill someone.
Miss Faye.
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, she wanted to get back the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
So she needed to kill Phoenix because he didn't fucking take it off.
Yeah.
And he showed it to fucking everyone and said that she gave it to him.
Snitches get stitches, even if they don't know.
Who exactly was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? Well, it wasn't Payne.
It wasn't him.
And it wasn't you.
And he or she already killed him.
Killed him already.
So.
Take that.
There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright.
That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Yes, and she succeeded on that one. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But, how can this be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
No, Judge.
Poor Mr. Wright. Poor Judge. This must be killing him.
And the judge, too.
Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why would she go
The
as
One Piece.
why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney, in the basement cafeteria. Sorry. Got choked up. Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Of course, Your Honor. Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true.
At this point, he's just embarrassed, I think.
Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne!
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial.
Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? Seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack.
Well,
Hey, old man, you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia! If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever. I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
No!
Oh, I'm K-Pack. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray?
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
Well, we know Mia continues to be a lawyer, so...
So?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. So even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder.
Yeah, Mia.
Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly!
Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will only allow one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
We'll kill him now, in the courtroom.
Yeah, live execution.
I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she ever gets the chance to soar.
planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well, then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
The cold killer?
Yeah, because
Right.
that's the only thing.
That's the only thing we haven't used, really.
That's the only thing we haven't used, and it's the only thing. Like I was like, oh yeah, and she makes him lunches every day or something like that. But I was like, we don't have any proof of that. If that is
we don't
true,
have
and
any
I don't
lunches.
We don't have any lunches.
We can test the cold killer X. It's like honestly just like a guess, but it's a pretty good guess.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
Here
up?
it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
Yeah, but I wouldn't take this shit.
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine.
Yeah, that's what's up.
After all, it's been poisoned.
Oh, what?
Remember what the defendant said in his last testimony?
Phoenix Wright eats this bottle too.
My head in my hands.
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Miss Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the bottle of poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they search me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Oh, come on, keep up.
Keep up, come on now.
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow.
Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar.
I keep accidentally reading Dahlia's lines as her saying fuck.
Oh.
Let her say fuck.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some.
Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry.
Take some cold medicine.
So come now. Come on. Show us. I dare you take some of this cold medicine right now. I double dog dare you.
Ooh. Mia Fey. Mia Fey. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being.
Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it.
Huh?
Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you two later, okay? I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Why? Yes.
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
Actually, no, she's not, Nessie. The person who's responsible for her death isn't even, like, actually as cool, it would be really cool if it was Dahlia.
Well, I mean,
But
spoilers for the first case, but he is someone that she had been trying to investigate
yeah,
for years because of something that had
else.
to do with her mom. So it's like epic in its own way.
yeah, totally.
But
It's
like
connected.
you don't really get to see how epic that is. I mean, do you?
It's overtime. It's
Yeah,
overtime.
yeah.
You have to pay attention.
For sure, for sure. Phew. It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said.
There, it's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison here, right?
You see, yes.
Well, then take some medicine.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life?
My hair is flying away, my beautiful hair! No.
Wow.
Mr. Payne? About Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Fey,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne?
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my own daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true, my dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant Phoenix Wright
Not
guilty.
But he still has to go to the Heartbreak Hotel.
This court is adjourned.
It's so sad for Phoenix.
It's literally
It's
so
like,
sad.
It's so sad. If Phoenix was offered to try the pill, he would have
He would have had the whole bottle because he loves her and he loves Cold Killer X.
His two truest loves betraying him.
It's sad.
It's really sad.
It's a tragedy.
I'm like amused, but in such a way that's like, this is like
It's so sad.
comically heartbreaking.
It's like if you
and
heard it from
sad.
Phoenix at the bar, you'd be like, bro, no,
You
that's
ate-
where you came from. That's your origin story.
You ate glass for her, dude.
And she didn't even love you. That's so sad.
She wanted to kill you. She wanted you dead.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
That's not how hemorrhoids work.
Mr. Grossberg, do you think maybe you could stop talking about them?
What, my hemorrhoids?
Earnest request.
That's rather rude. Anyway, this case made me think about
my
my hemorrhoids. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client?
Good job setting a boundary, Mia.
Yeah, high five for her.
Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright! Congratulations!
Thanks. You know, I was thinking,
Go on.
the dolly I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her,
God,
Mr.
he's
Wright.
delusional. Oh no, Phoenix, the denial.
For your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up.
Your friends, Larry?
Larry.
Only Larry? Larry Butts?
No, I'm sure he's got other friends at college. Come on, he's a likable guy.
He's a likable guy.
Look at him. Look at that smile. Even underneath that mask, you can tell it's big.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of company does this guy keep?
Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. My sniffles are gone.
To go mask down. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time.
I see.
Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Aww. And they did. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. Hopefully. I never asked.
I was also like,
We never
hopefully.
asked. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories.
I'm sure, baby sweetie. That's
Mainly
such a-
the shit that I took after. But it also brings up some very precious ones.
Yeah.
Like Mia's baps. Sorry.
Sorry.
And memories that I thought I would never and memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client.
She sounded just like this.
In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief.
Yeah. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom.
So he's 26 right now.
Yeah. But that is a story for another day. This story,
That's a story
is done.
for another day, and we close our chapter book
Yeah.
that says Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney
Phoenix
on it.
sitting by the fire in his lazy boy chair with the book of Ace Attorney out.
Yeah, it is so great to see Mia as a lawyer. It's great to see her like alive and
Yay.
doing stuff and being
And
like
all young and cute. Oh, she was young when the game started and when she died, but
Yeah.
like younger.
Yeah, you're right to be excited every time we start Trials and Tribulations.
It's so fun!
It's great.
It's so fun. It's such a great game.
I'm excited because we had like recently seen footage of or we had watched a playthrough of Justice for All like within the year that we started playing it. So I came into it kind of being like, I know exactly what to expect on this. I remember this. So it was really fun to like come into this case that I haven't seen in like a longer time and really like re-experience it knowing what I know now.
Yeah, it feels.
It's always fun
feels
to-
fresh.
Mhm.
And I'm excited for the next case. Do you remember what the next case is?
Blink, blink, blink.
It's the Mask Damask.
Oh, the transmasked mask.
Transmask Damask. Exactly.
I saw a Tumblr post that calls
Transmask Damask.
not canonically, just
No, canonically.
oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be continuing this. Not canonically. I'm just crazy. We're not continuing Phoenix Wright until the 20th of January, but we will be back on the 11th, which is Saturday, and Sky will be solo.
For the 13th and the 15th.
Yeah.
It'll be you guys and me. And no Oliver. The world conspires to separate this one time.
Yes. What are you going to be playing, Sky?
I was thinking that maybe we could play Infinity Nikki.
Ooh. Infinity Nikki.
I think that would be kind of fun. I don't know if there are any huge disagreements to the idea. I could shift, but oh, hey Tay, it's okay. We'll see you next time, and I hope you have a nice night.
Oh yeah, I recommend the VOD. I think that this is gonna be a fun series, and I'm excited to continue it when I get back.
Yeah.
Oh, you're stuck in. Okay, I'll wait.
ads.
I'll
All
wait.
right.
Let me
Okay.
wait for ads to be
Wait.
over.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you on Saturday. And then next week it's just me, and I was thinking we'd play Infinity Nikki. That's kind of in a summary of what we were saying before.
Yes. All right. So we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
OMG.